Hey guys, this is the James Sinclair YouTube channel designed to help grow your business. If you're serious about growing your business, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give us one of those thumbs up likes and comment below as we go. If you've got any questions about your business, put them in the comments below and I'll do my very best to answer. Now look, in this video, I'm just going to give you a little update on where I think house prices are going to go, because I think that's really important for consumer confidence, for business owners, because Brits and other countries around the world are so hot on what house prices do to whether they're going to spend money into the economy. So I'll give you a little update where I think the economy is going to go in this video. I'm also going to tell you about my July predictions for what Rishi Sunak's going to do in his midway budget. It's not a proper budget, but it's like a stimulus package where more cash is going to come into businesses in July. And lastly, I'm going to tell you about the Discretionary Fund. Make sure you're getting your hands on this free grant money that's discretionary from local authorities. Want to find out more? Stay tuned in the video. Let's go. Okay, let's go into house prices first of all. What do I think is going to happen with house prices? You know, I've been a big believer. House prices are really dictated by the strength of banks being able to lend cash. And I think there's going to be a quick rebound back from banks. They've got plenty on their balance sheet right now. It's not like the 2008-2009 financial crisis. So they've got plenty of cash. And as long as we have jobs in the economy, I think house prices will continue to grow. Now, Nationwide have said they've dropped by 1.5 or 1.7%, I believe it is, so far this year. I'm speaking to estate agents, and from market trends that I'm seeing, people are still going and viewing and doing houses, so there is a want to do this. So I think while we may have a small fall, I think there will be a rebound next year because demand is strong and crucially banks have plenty of liquidity and they want to lend that money. Let's move on to the economy now. Our economy is obviously now in a recession, and it's probably going to be the worst recession certainly of my lifetime so far and of the last 120 years. However, the government have put plenty of stimulus packages in place which I think are going to bear fruits. Now, I do think there's going to be some huge unemployment and some sectors are going to take a long time to recover, but they will recover as they always do. Remember that in previous videos I talk about it like being an elastic band. As soon as you release it, the elastic band goes back to normal, and people want to go back to normal. I'm desperate to go back to normal. I can't wait to go on holiday, go out for dinner, go and buy some stuff, and I think there's some pent-up demand for this stuff. Now, what's really going to be the big issue is social distancing affecting retail, hospitality and leisure. But I do think our economy is strong, especially here inside the United Kingdom. We've got a great legal system, a great banking system, a majority government, which I think is really important. There's lots of countries around the world in the developed economies that haven't got majority governments. Where you've got majority governments, people want to invest into it. I think it's also quite highly likely that we're going to have some negative interest rates. Not huge, but a little bit. The Bank of England have always said, no, we would never entertain that. Now they're not saying that they would not entertain it, and they may consider it. And I think this is very good news for businesses. It'll mean that you'll be able to borrow money cheaply. Even in Denmark, you borrow money and you pay back less on business situations. Can you fathom that in your head? I do think negative interest rates are something quite highly likely to come here to the United Kingdom. Now, watch out for that, because I do think that will increase house prices, because as funds become cheaper, people can borrow more and therefore increase assets. Part of me thinks, you know, the government have just put a few £100 billion on the table in stimulus packages, and there's reports that this could go to £1 trillion for the first time ever. And in that situation, you think, well, how are the government going to pay all this back? Are they going to tax the hell out of us? Well, we've seen in Germany, for example, they've just reduced VAT from 19% down to 6% and down to 7% in retail, hospitality and leisure, with more stimulus packages happening. So seeing our closest European economy that's similar to ours just over the water reducing taxes, I think it's highly likely, rather than an increase in taxes, that we're going to have a reduction in taxes while we try to get the economy back on track. One of the other ways the government could get out of this is inflate their way out of it. So they'll increase the prices of assets, therefore making that debt look smaller. You know, for example, £1 billion worth of real estate could then be worth £1.4 billion worth of real estate, and then you're depreciating the value of debt. I think that's highly likely, so do watch out for that, because I think inflation could be around the corner. I mean, we've seen stimulus packages like we've never seen before. Let's have a look then now at the July recovery as my golden cocker spaniel Bobo comes in to give his opinion. The July update is something that we've really got to look out for. It's like a mini budget. It's not a proper budget, but Rishi Sunak's going to come out mid-July and let us know what he's going to do to further stimulate the economy. I do think there's going to be a reduction in VAT. charity, and maybe a car scrappage scheme like they've done in other countries to get people buying new cars. Look out for all of those things. Coming out around about mid-July, and then we'll have the proper budget in October. This is a great time for entrepreneurs. You want to take advantage of all of that stuff. Grow your business, get ready to acquire businesses. I'm looking at the moment about 5 or 6 deals that we're going to acquire. Hopefully get them over the line, because now is the time to go forward. You know, remember that Warren Buffett analogy is, get greedy when others... I've forgotten what the thing is, and let me think about it in the next shot. What is it, Chuds? Get greedy when others are... As in my videos, I try and do everything in one shot just to get them out there. And I forgot the quote, so here it is on my iPhone. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. Now's the time to really expand our businesses, not contract it. Everyone that's in that contract mindset will be the ones that were swallowed up. Make sure you're pivoting your business. It still shocks me how many businesses are not taking advantage of the internet to the level that they should be. We've just got Amazon Prime on Tastic, so we're really pushing through on Amazon Prime and on our own website. In fact, yesterday, for the first time ever, we got 7 Prime orders in one day. I mean, talking about this here, we got Prime 8 days ago. First day we got 1 order, second day 2 orders. Fast forward just over a week, and we're now getting 7 orders a day, and I think we'll go to 10 orders a day. We've only got limited products on there, so we're going to jam all of our products on there. So make sure that you're taking advantage of the internet. On my podcast recently, I've spoken to back-to-back business owners that have got real brick and mortar style businesses that just flirt with the internet. They do just enough. And on every single episode, I'm saying, look, you've got to really pump into the internet more. Employ a web developer. You know, so I'm speaking to someone who's got a shop. They got 4 or 5 staff in the shop every single day, and they're just got no one really doing the internet sales and making their website the best in the country. And I'm hoping that people really invest in the internet. Let's go on to the discretionary fund, which is my last little top tip. Okay guys, now local councils around the United Kingdom have been given a discretionary grant fund, so they can give businesses that don't follow the retail, leisure and hospitality grant and all the other grants. If they haven't been able to get a grant, local authorities can now give what they call a discretionary grant. This is time sensitive. You've got to apply right now. As long as your business has been affected, it employs some people, maybe it doesn't pay business rates, maybe it's shared offices. This stuff is happening right now. So get your hands on this free grant cash that you don't have to pay up. Now you have to put it in your business as income, but you won't have to pay it back. That's just a little general update from me here. Let me know what you're doing in your business in the comments below. I'd love to know. If you're serious about growing a business as well and you want to know how to get customers, click this video here. It's all about getting customers, and subscribe to the channel by clicking here. I'm James Sinclair, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.